for the day-to-day operations, it wasn't him. And then y'all turn around and let this nigga run. Yeah. I think when you start talking about the artists, are you? I think the artists are like a microcosm of society. Period. Like people that, no matter what discipline they're in, right? So it's like the people who make the waves are going to be challenged more. They're going to face more obstacles because those who have it, those who can just push the button and make things happen and put you in position, whatever, they don't want to deal with somebody who they believe will challenge them. You know, somebody who say, "Where's my goddamn money?" and I ain't going nowhere till you stroke the check. See, I did a deal with Ichiban Records back in the Gap, and they owed me some money. And I called these people for my money like a whole month straight, and they kept giving me the runaround. So one night I told my guest, "Look, man, we're going to Atlanta in the morning. Be prepared. I'm gonna call you first though to let you know it's really going down. I'm gonna call them. I'm gonna try to get this dude on the phone. If he don't get on the phone, we gonna go to we getting on the first thing to Atlanta." And that fool didn't call, so we was already in position. We met at the airport, and this was back in the day. You could book a flight and be on the flight within an hour, right? Right. So we jumped on the flight. We go down there. Good morning. September 27th. And, I had a great week. Work hard, play hard mentality, and I'm trying to get my hat straight. It looked crooked. I wear it, slanted, but it just looked real crooked on camera anyway. So anyway, yeah, so let's get to it, man. I saw the 40th anniversary of the Mayor's Art Award show. I don't know how I missed 40 years, 39 years of this event. You know what I'm saying? And, I attended this year. Maybe it's just, my level of socialism is done upgraded. You know what I'm saying? I always let me get y'all get you some of that. See, get y'all some of that W right there. Y'all know what it is. Let's go Commanders this week. I think we in Madrid. The NFL is overseas this week. But anyway, man, I was like, I'm going to that award show. You know what I'm saying? And I really appreciated the award show being open to the public. And it was all our DC notables, all the celebrities that went to Howard University was there for the most part. I'm gonna say 70%, and all our politicians, all walks of life, celebrities, the streets, everybody was there blended together. And it was a great evening with no drama. It was beautiful. It showed me how first class our city can be despite the drama, the everyday struggle and the hustle and bustle. And, but we're known as a town that can put it on, and step out fresh and, basically,
I know New York Fashion Week is the fashion capital, and Paris is the overseas, but DC can contend and stand toe to toe with New York and Paris on a night like Thursday night, the 40th annual Mayor Art Show. You feel me? And who's the head of the helm of that is our honorable Mayor Muriel Bowser. You know what I'm saying? And this event started in 1985. Who's the mayor in 1985? You know, Marion Barry. Yeah. So this started under his leadership, and his wife was there as a pre present what is it? Presenter. Yeah. Um Cora Masters Berry, and who is still vibrant and still active in the community. She put the first uh like she put a professional tennis court set up in the middle of the hood of Southeast. And I think she's responsible for um, the Art Youth Center over in Southeast. And, I think she's on the board, or she's part of the blueprint that put that together. And that's over there on Mississippi Avenue. So you can go through there and visually see it. And they had all kind of events over there. And I always been someone that was part of the scene of whatever that was going on. And you know, even before I coined myself the term of socialite, it was just we party goers at the end of the day. Because what's the point of getting dressed up and going nowhere? Why would you buy fresh gear and have nowhere to go? So that was always my mindset. And then wherever you going, pretty women have to be there, you know, because why men get spiffed up and get fly, and you know it's to impress the ladies. It's to you know you know one thing about I learned early on is uh what's my man? The dude I forget his name. Deep Freeze is a podcaster. He say strike a pose. What do he say? What do he say? Pose and get chose. I forget the dude name, but his name is something about Deep Freeze or something. And I ain't seen him. I think YouTube kicked him off because he like a PD Green, type of dude, real radical, in your face. And I think it was too much for YouTube. So I think they kicked them off. Something about freeze, deep freeze. I forget the dude name, but he's a rebel. He like a Malcolm X type of dude, and he goes in and unapologetic, but he be kicking the facts, and he be on point with it. But I'm gonna find out his name. But but let me keep it moving. This mayor 40th annual arts award. It really was awesome and phenomenal. And this gonna be a video of highlighting the moments. And they had the red carpet, and the whole event is going to be televised today on the Howard University network. So I think sometime today, and they'll play it, at different times from this point on. And it's going to be in the archives of the 39 years that it been in existence. So yeah, so it'll be random when they play it after the night, and so they had the red carpet, and they had the artists on each level showing their artwork, their visual art. They had murals and had performers, and man, it was all that. When you speak of the arts, that means everything abroad. Art can be whatever you make it. You know what I'm saying? It could be fashion, uh, it could be makeup, can be art. The makeup artists, and uh not just movie artists or music artists, or literary artists, you know, uh, writers, producers, you know, anything that is creative. So it was a night for the creative minds, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, uh, somebody that can take an idea and take it to new heights. That's who that night was for and dedicated to. And normally that type of atmosphere is privy and directed to entertainment, because when you create, you want it to be revered, and that's what that night was about. And so let's start it off with my red carpet display, you know. And I think I did well. So let me set it up. So they had people being interviewed and asking them, how you connected to the city, and the lady was asking me my name, right? And I said David Chambers, and she kept calling me David Chambers, right? I say no, David Chambers. I said my name is French. I trace my lineage. It's a French name. It's the origin is from France. Matter of fact, I have the I have the crust. Let me show you right quick. Okay, when you deep rooted into your legacy and your lineage, about you find out about your name and all that. So, okay, okay, my lineage of the Chambers name is from France, and that's a breakdown of the early Chambers lineage, and that's the crust. My fact, on my fifth anniversary, I'm going to make that crest into a backdrop. And yeah, you know. Uh, so anyway, so that's what I was telling her. My name is French, and and she was like, "Oh, well, how do you pronounce it in French?" I say Chambly. And matter of fact, she actually said it first. I didn't. And she said, "So your name is Chambly." So she knew French. So, and black lady, and I say, "Yeah, yeah, you hit it on the nose." She said, "Well, that sound more interesting to talk about. So why don't you lead with that?" I say, "Oh, okay, cool. You want to keep it French? All right, let's do that." And mind you, I speak no French at all. So You know what I'm saying? We say la vie, whatever, you know what I'm saying? And I had the opportunity and fortunate enough to visit France on my honeymoon when I got married in 2015. And we went to the Louvre, seen the, and we pronounce Eiffel Tower is pronounced over there Eiffel, and they will correct you, Eiffel Tower, right? And just a little history. The artist that made the Statue of Liberty, uh, that's the same artist and sculpture that made the Eiffel Tower. You know, just if you didn't know. So yeah, um, just some history just off my mind. You know, I'm a history buff, and I be trying to collaborate a lot of history that I learn, daily. I love the internet because, or the World Wide Web, because all information is on there that people from all walks of life upload. And it's no reason to be stupid or illiterate or not informed in this timeline of smartphones since 2010. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the backdrop of what I'm getting ready to show you. So, cause my son was like, "How we get there? You know, how you talk about yourself right out the gate?" So that was the backdrop of that. All right, so let's do that. You know, yeah. So you couldn't tell me I wasn't at the Oscars or the Grammys. You couldn't tell me nothing. You know what I'm saying? It was all that. So here we go right here. There you go. We record. Okay. Hey. Let's get to it. It's Kyle on the mic. We're back here for our 40th annual Mirrors Arts Awards red carpet host right here. I'm telling you, people are fluctuating in the fashion, the style, this amazing words, the shine like the arts right here in the 202. It's just been amazing. But as you see, my guy got all black. Black is a simple color, but also black is confidence. And you definitely showed us what you're doing right now. But before we tap into the fit, let's know who am I talking to. Introduce yourself, man. My name is Mr. David Chambly. You know, that's the French version, but American version is David Stringless. And I used to correct my teachers about that. And they were like, no, it's Chambly. I said, well, tell my mother that. You know what I'm saying? Yes. And so we straightened that up. So I'm out to support the region and annual event. And we need to come out and vote for her to get another term because she's doing a great job beautifying our city. And, an all-time resident from birth, And I'm telling myself, my year's 55, so it's all good. But that's all I want. Hey, man, we appreciate you, man. You look great. Great outfit. Man, you see, I knew when you just see the front row right here. You see what the mayor's been doing for this amazing award show. Thank you, my guy. Listen, have a wonderful day, bro. Thank you. Yes, sir. Thank you. Bye-bye. I nailed it. Yeah. Oh man. That's how your boy was giving it up. You know what I'm saying? And I felt right at home because I feel I attempted to be an artist, a music artist back in the day. Everybody wanted to be a rapper. Coming up in the 80s, we had our own rap group, and then it got broke down to a duo. Me and my man Al. My name was MC Money at the time. And then when everybody got conscious, the name changed from MC Money to what is it? Um, Kareem Malik. That was my conscious rap name, and that's when we got on the Back to Africa tip, when everybody was wearing the black fist, the black fist around your neck, you know, the medallion black fist, you know what I'm saying? So that was me and my man supposed to be album cover, you know, and this was our demo that was done by Chucky Thompson, uh rest in peace Chuck, who was uh pulled from Howard University to go and produce the early Bad Boy music, you know, for Puff Daddy on Bad Boy Records. That's the guy that did our demos. And if you follow my videos, I talk about the night that Puff came up there before he was Puff Daddy or Love and all that, or Diddy. You know, he was, he was interning before he even began A&R and bringing people in like Jodeci and Mary J. Blige and all that. But anyway, Chucky was uh, the go-to guy that made demos for everybody that desired to be a rapper on the campus of Howard University. And Two Kings and a Cipher, uh, they were already making records as students at Howard University, and we met them guys, and you know, one like random night we up there, you know, make a video with demos, and you know, just putting music together. Excuse me. And Chucky was a special talent. He had the ear, you know, to mix uh old school records with current hip hop beats and basically what they call sampling now. He was a beast and master at that. And Puff tracked him down and came to his house, his mother house in the basement, and we was there one night when Puff come through there. Didn't know who he was like that, and you know, he introduced himself as Sean. He was there with two other guys, and he was just, you know, soaking it up, you know, watching Chucky at work and whatnot. It was awesome. It's just real, like, you know, I'm actually part of history, you know, when I think about how I'm linked to Puff. You know what I'm saying? Because I met him before he was Puff. He was Sean that went to Howard. And he was saying, yeah, I'm going to intern at Uptown Records, or I am interning. So this was at the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So it was awesome, man. And as I think back and look at what he became and the shenanigans that he's going through, get ready to go to jail, or he's in jail now, but you know, it's just crazy. But how, you know, how you just connected to different things in your own right. Um, so yeah, so me and my man Al, we who was, his rap name was Al Ski, and we we secured a production deal, not a record deal, but a production deal. Whereas though we was gonna be under this production company that was gonna basically produce our music and then shop us to a record label, and all that fell through. And I done talked about that in other videos and whatnot. And so yeah, but I talked about how, and I'm letting y'all listen to Choke No Joke with Willie D, interviewing him about the rituals of the record business. And basically, if you didn't succumb to the dark side and the satanic side and the rituals, the homosexual entities of the business, and I think all of this is to really gain your trust and to see how far you will go to show your loyalty. Because I really believe a lot of these people are not gay, but they're going to do this to humiliate you. This is a form of humiliation. I think people get satisfaction of breaking, like, as they would say, buck breaking back in the slavery days. I think that people of power, they have satisfaction of getting somebody to do something that they would normally not do or they disagree of doing, right? Like, you got this hardcore thug, knock your teeth out, and then you got him bent over and somebody running up in him. That's a satisfaction for some folks. Yeah, you think you tough, and look at you, for a dollar amount, you letting another man violate you, and same thing with women. And and then for years we heard about the casting couch, where in Hollywood women will have to sleep with the producers and all that to get these key roles. So yeah, um I just feel like God looked in our future, me and my man Al, and say, this ain't for y'all. Y'all not built for this, and y'all not going to take that unnecessary drama. And I know for myself, I probably would have been in jail, because the first time you cheat me out of some money or take advantage of me, and I feel like, it's just embedded in me, win, lose, or draw. If you violate me, we gonna fight. And and however that escalate, it's going to be what it's going to be. So um, I thank God failed our project, because that wasn't our destiny to be in jail doing time for hurting one of them chumps, and we couldn't do all that. So I'm good with how my life turned out. I'm a family man. you know, uh, I work hard, I play hard, and I'm watching every child that I raise grow up to be a good individual, and I hold them accountable for standing on their own and being independent, because that's what it takes out here. Don't make excuses. You find your way in life, whatever it is. If it's college, if it's a trade, you know, figure it out. You know what I'm saying? Success comes in all packages, not just one package. You know what I'm saying? You know, people tend to, well, let's say not people, but society paint the picture. If you're not a college educated or graduate, that you're nothing, or you're not able to be successful. And I just debunk that, because I'm doing okay for myself, and and I blend in all classes, if you will. The streets, the middle class, and I got a few rich friends that I hang out with. They literally millionaires. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm around the different classes and the different, tax brackets of folks. I really am. And all that do is inspire me and motivate me, to get my ideas flowing, and then I listen to the folks that's winning, and I listen for gems and education. I don't have time to be hating and being envious of somebody. I'm not wasting time on that, because what's for me, God gonna bring to me, and God gonna allow me to have it. But I gotta do the work at the end of the day. And and nothing takes place without the idea and execution and finance behind it. You know, you get in position with the finance, you can make moves and do anything you want. And I saw this quote somewhere, and I adopted this quote. You don't have to have a college degree to be a boss, to start your own business. You know, so yeah, there's a lot of successful people that don't have nobody degree, and but society would try to paint that picture that uh, you know, you're not accomplished if you don't have that in your resume. You know what I'm saying? So I debunk that. I ain't going nobody military. You know what I'm saying? My father tried to press me to go, and I went and took the test, and I failed it royally because I didn't prepare for it. I went in there. I never passed a test that I didn't prepare for, and I really didn't want to do it. And then I went back later while I was a student in UDC. One of my friends enlisted in the Marines, and he came back talking to me about the GI Bill, would pay for school. He had my attention. I go back and try to take the test again. Now I got a little life experience, maybe 2 years, because I took that uh, the civil service exam. I think I was like 17. Now I'm like 19 when I took it again, and I'm uh, my first year of college. So maybe it was a year or two later, and got some life experience and some intel. But again, I still never prepared for the test. I went in there cold, and I did better, got a better score, but I still failed. But you know, uh, one thing about, like, as they say, quotas. How when they set up checkpoints, my friend told me, like, as a cop, you have to write so many tickets. I know this was accurate back in the day. I don't know how they moving now, but every month you had to write a certain amount of tickets to turn in to show them that you're doing your job. You are there policing the community. So they had quotas that they had to make. So I think with the recruitment, it's the same thing. They got to get so many people signed up a year to go in the military, and the numbers are down royally, right? And so the guy looked at me and asked me, "Do you really want to enlist?" Now, he never said, "I'm going to give you the answers," but I feel that's what he was insinuating, right? And I was like, so once I caught on to what he was asking me without asking me, right? I said, if I can't do it on my own merit, then it ain't meant for me to do it. You know what I'm saying? So I declined that. And so I'm happy to say that I traveled the world on my dime, and I've been to exotic places in the world, not just your Miami, New York, Vegas. My passport is very attractive nowadays. You feel me? You know what I'm saying? And I ain't got to run my credits down, but those that know, how I give it up. You know what I'm saying? I bought my own home with my own dime. You know what I'm saying? I didn't get nobody GI Bill or none of that. And I'm proud of that. God gave me the strength to go get my grind on and put my money together with a good partner who became my wife, who is my wife. We put our chips together and we made it happen, and we doing what we do. You know what I'm saying? We win it. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the gist of that. But back to what I was telling y'all about the 40th annual Mayor's Award. I'm gonna give y'all some visual from that night. I taped so much I can't even get this. I'll be about 3 hours from what I can show you guys, but we're just gonna give you some snippets. You know what I'm saying? Let's start with the mayor. Doing what she do. You know what I'm saying? So that was the backdrop. Let me blow that up. 40th annual Mayor's Art Award. You know, and again, if I never make it to the Grammys or the Oscars, I felt like I was there that night, which was Thursday night. So yeah, it was awesome. First class all the way around, you know. Yeah, so you're gonna see the mayor in this clip introducing and giving award, presenting award to the owner of Blues Alley. We thought Phyllis Hyman owned that. Maybe she was a partner or something, but this guy, Harry Sininger, I can't pronounce it. Let me try to Sippinger. Okay. Anyway, you'll see it, but she'll pronounce his name. Shin is Jewish, so I can't. Sinister. You'll hear. I gotta hear her pronounce his name. But anyway, this dude is a trailblazer that owned the Blues Alley nightclub in Georgetown for 60 years and still running. And okay, let me let the mayor tell you.
Continually operating jazz supper club. It has welcomed the likes of Dizzy Gillespie, Sarah Vaughan, Tony Bennett, and Eva Cassidy. And through its jazz society and youth orchestra, it continues to nurture the next generation of artists. For 60 years, Blues Alley has been a cultural anchor in our city. They've been a catalyst for the creative community. We are so grateful that they bounced back not only from the pandemic, but also a fire. That's why we brought back the Mayor's Arts Award for Lifetime Achievement in this milestone year. This award is reserved for luminaries whose enduring contributions have enriched
That's
the cultural
Muriual
fabric
DC.
of Washington, D.C. I last made this award in 2018 to Rare Essence. So I cannot think of a better honor. Continually operating jazz supper club. It has welcomed the likes of Dizzy Gillespie, Sarah Vaughan, Tony Bennett, and Eva Cassidy. And through its jazz society and youth orchestra, it continues to nurture the next generation of artists. For 60 years, Blues Alley has been a cultural anchor in our city. They've been a catalyst for the creative community. We are so grateful that they bounced back not only from the pandemic, but also a fire. That's why we brought back the Mayor's Arts Award for Lifetime Achievement in this milestone year. This award is reserved for luminaries whose enduring contributions have enriched the cultural fabric of Washington, D.C. I last made this award in 2018 to Rare Essence. So I cannot think of a better honor.
Let me find that video. Cause I wanted you to see that guy, the Blues Alley owner, because he actually come on stage and accept his award. Okay.
8-ward extravaganza. Her vision has brought hundreds of thousands of residents and visitors from across our nation, region, and all 8 wards to generate tens of millions of dollars in economic impact for the district. For decades, Gretchen has been a driving force in strengthening.
If you will pass through our doors, you will enjoy an experience that you will never forget. And I thank you.
That's him right there.
Of my jazz heart. Good night and God bless you all. Thank you for this music positive award.
Thank you, Harry, and congratulations once again. And now I have the honor of presenting another highlight for the evening, and that's the Mayor's Distinguished Honor. This award recognizes individuals whose vision, leadership, and commitment have left a lasting mark on Washington, D.C.'s creative community. Tonight, we honor Gretchen Wharton. Gretchen is a lifelong Washingtonian who was instrumental in expanding.
If you will pass through our door, the film that you just watched tells the story of our longevity, the story past, the great artistry that has graced our historic stage for over the past 60 years. I've had the distinct privilege of carrying on a musical tradition over my past 30 years of tenure and navigating my club into the future. As a native Washingtonian, I have witnessed the demise of so many of our historic nightclubs, theaters, entertainment venues. I'd like to say that when I was growing up, you could not roll a bowling ball down M Street without hitting one nightclub after another. There was the Cellar Door, Charles, the River Club, the Pirates Den, the Tomfoolery, and the famed One Step Down House of Jazz. Sadly, they've all disappeared, but Blues Alley continues to thrive and to offer superior musical entertainment. It is both a joy and a burden to offer the traditional and the emerging artists of tomorrow. The film that you just 2025 marks our 60th year as America's oldest continuously operated jazz summer club. 2025 also marks the 30th anniversary of our nonprofit Blues Alley Jazz. Over the past 3 decades, we've graduated student musicians from every major music school and conservatory in North America. I'm therefore thanking all of those individuals, organizations, and institutions who have generously donated to our Blues Alley Jazz Society and all of our student music education programming over the past 30 years. We could not have done it without your support. I first walked through the doors of Blues Alley Jazz in 1973, and since that time, I have never left. I fell in love with the ambiance, I fell in love with the atmosphere, and of course, I fell in love with the music. Blues Alley has given me the opportunity to both fulfill a dream. 2025.
Here's to Blues Alley, still swinging, still soulful, and still making jazz history.
Harry Snipper, that's his name. I couldn't pronounce his name. Harry Snipper. Okay, gotcha. That's our mayor, Muriual Bowser, on her second term.
Here's to Blues Alley. Since 1965, the soul of jazz has echoed through a quiet alley in Georgetown, where legends come to play. For 60 years, this iconic jazz club has defied the odds, serving up world-class music in an intimate setting like no other. Blues Alley has been the stage for giants. And behind it all, Harry Schnipper, owner, visionary, and executive director of the Blues Alley Jazz Society, guiding this DC treasure for 3 decades. America's oldest continuously operating jazz supper club isn't just a venue, it's a legacy, a heartbeat of the culture, a place where jazz lives. This award back from for the continually operating jazz supper club. It has welcomed the likes of Dizzy Gillespie, Sarah Vaughan, Tony Bennett, and Eva Cassidy. And through its Jazz Society and Youth Orchestra, it continues to nurture the next generation of artists. For 60 years, Blues Alley has been a cultural anchor in our city. They've been a catalyst for the creative community. We are so grateful that they bounced back not only from the pandemic, but also a fire. That's why we brought back the Mayor's Arts Award for Lifetime Achievement in this milestone year. This award is reserved for luminaries whose enduring contributions have enriched the cultural fabric of Washington, D.C. I last made this award in 2018 to Rare Essence. So I cannot think of a better honor. Continually operating jazz Creatives Month. Let's commit to showing up for our DC creatives every single day. Show up, buy tickets, invite your friends, go to dinner, at performances, in our galleries, and with our small businesses. So tonight, I have the privilege of presenting 2 awards. The first is the Mayor's Arts Award for Lifetime Achievement. And tonight, we honor a DC institution who has helped shape the culture and the creative economy in DC for 60 years. And that is Blues Alley. Founded in 1965 by musician Tommy Gwaltney in a historic Georgetown carriage house, Blues Alley is the nation's Creatives Month. Let's commit to showing up for our DC creatives. Our wonderful team works day in and day out to make tonight possible. They work year-round to showcase Washington, D.C.'s creative economy. And what a September has it been for the arts in D.C.
And this is given every year, and it's never been on my radar.
Across all
I'm slipping.
Boards, and showcase the vibrancy of our neighborhoods.
But I'll be there every year from this point on.
It's all about celebrating DC creatives who inspire us, challenge us, and bring us together. It's also about people who power our economy. I frequently say the arts and entertainment is not just fun and games. It's dollars and cents. In fact, our creative economy gives and generates the DC Treasury $15 billion every single year.
$15 billion.
The wonderful team works day in and day out. Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the 40th Annual Mayor's Arts Award right here in beautiful downtown Washington, D.C. at the historic National Theater. Tonight, as you have heard, marks 40 years of celebrating the artists and creatives who have shaped Washington, D.C. 4 decades of championing the music, dance, theater, fashion, and storytelling that make our city not only the nation's capital, but the creative capital. I want to thank our award-winning Office of Cable Television, Film, Music, and Entertainment, led by the LaToya Foster. Please give them a big round of applause.
Evening, DC. Happy 202 Creates Month. This is 202 Creates Month, everyone. The 1 month out of the year that we focus exclusively on creativity, arts, entertainment, and culture. Can we give a round of applause? And it's all about you this evening, DC. On behalf of the award-winning DC Office of Cable Television, Film, Music, and Entertainment, thank you for joining us for this historic night of excellence, of inspiration, and celebrating 4 decades of the arts, creativity, and culture. I want to begin by thanking our incredible award-winning OCT FME team. I know you all can't see them, but let me tell you, they have been working their fingers to the bone. Can we give them a huge round of applause? It is because of your dedication and creativity that makes nights like this possible. And I am so proud of the work that we get to do together to uplift, to elevate, and empower the evening, DC.
Okay, I didn't know that in DC, the month of September is considered Creative Art Month. Whatever your art is, whatever you feel your art is celebrated in September. So this was a night to celebrate the creators, those that are notable and those that do it as a hobby, like myself. You know what I'm saying? Podcasting is an art form of commentary, and you can display your talent through it. You sing, you dance, whatever. You the writer, you the producer, you the star, you the all the above. So yeah, so I'm quite sure that they're gonna add podcasting to the events in the future to come, because I heard people talking about it. Matter of fact, someone did a video saying that they need to honor, the podcasters on its own category, because a lot of people are giving great information through the podcast, like myself. I think I bring a level of history from what I witnessed growing up, enjoying the city, and being around the nightlife and meeting all the notables through the years and over the years. I done showed y'all pictures of folks that I have encountered, like Robert Redford, rest in peace. He just died recently, iconic actor, the original, the great Gatsby. He the one that played that role before the Great Gatsby. The original movie is Robert Redford, not the remake, Leonardo DiCaprio. Matter of fact, I'm getting ready to go see Leonardo new movie with Tiana Taylor and Regina King. Another Battle. I think that's the name of it. And Tiana Taylor was on Sherry Shepherd and was talking about the movie and doing the promo for it, and the scenes that they were showing was like it's an action packed, spy movie, if you will. And so that's right up my alley. I love spy movies, and the intertwining of uh 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 investigation, if you will, trying to solve a mystery, or you know, basically what all that consists of. It's like, I find that investigators are very high level intelligence. That's why they call it intelligence. And they made a whole agency, Central Intelligence Agency. You know what I'm saying? So it's about, the discovery, and the hunt, if you will, So yeah. So got a guest on board. How you doing? Good morning. You know, uh you can state who you is and I'll give you a shout out. But anyway, yeah, so September is creative art month, and all the artistry of all artists are celebrated, so that was cool. And this been going on for 40 years. And my radar just was got attached to it. And I've been sending the videos that I just showed y'all, and I have a lot of more videos to show. So y'all get ready, because I got a whole 2-3 hours of video that I'm going to upload on my channel and let you guys be there for what I experienced. And so yeah, I done missed 39 years of this. So, you know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be there for the next 40 and better. Trust that. And I'm gonna be fly, because I'm being honored as well. You know what I'm saying? In my own right. So, so yeah, so that's how we giving it up, you know. And and I'm gonna try to take my son too, because he's an artist, he's a musician. Um, he's a pianist, and that piano that I purchased for him, that was, roughly 5 G's. You know what I'm saying? Got him into college, got him a scholarship. And what's funny is that it just came up on my feed. So, uh, that's him actually. You know what I'm saying? That's my little man right there. I call him Black Mozart. So this was like a high school recital that where they get graded, and it's a pass or fail. And I think he was like a junior here, and my son been playing since 10th. And his mother is an artist; she's a singer, and so that's where he get the music from, her side. But he get the sports ability from me. He played football in high school, won a chip in AAU in 2017, so he's a champion. You know what I'm saying? Our Chambliss trait and bloodline are champions just from birth. And I say that with a lot of honor, because all the males in my family, that compete in collegiate athletics, them won championships. And we're in the 10th year of my nephew, Tamonte Chambliss of HD Woodson Warriors. They hold the record 33-0. And that record is valid in its 10th year since 2015. And the school that had the record that was 30-0 was my high school back in 86. With Sherman Douglas, that eventually went to the pros from Syracuse. I think the New Jersey Nets drafted him, so that's one of our notables. And he's from my neighborhood, from Potomac Gardens. And I didn't grow up in Potomac Gardens, but I hung there like I grew up there. And my law enforcement stint uh, was done in Potomac Gardens when I worked for the housing authority. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you know, uh, So yeah, let me play my man recital joint, and I'm gonna go ahead and leave y'all with that, and and trust me, I'll be back with more uh videos from that night, and yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy it. So this is my little man right here, Black Mozart. Let's go. Classical musician. Shouts out to Dr. Boucher. That's who's in the back of the video. He's great now, and he passed. That composition is Bach number 4. If you're a classical music uh, connoisseur, you know what that means. My man's 17 at this point, or maybe 16, one of them. So he's 6 years in. All right. Bravo. That's right. Do you know what eating? We hype our own up around here. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, like I said, my older nephew, who is a football star and champion for HD Wilson as well. They won the 2014 championship. They beat Wilson, and they won the Turkey Bowl. No, they beat Wilson at the Turkey Bowl in 2014, and that same year they won the championship, the DC high school championship throughout the city, and they was the best team in the city, and they beat Friendship Collegiate for the championship. You know what I'm saying? And so yeah, we grown nothing but champions right here. Scholars and champions, Team Chambers champions. You feel me? That's the brand itself, you know. And then we done under that brand, we have 2 kids. We done got to the NFL. Pernell Motley, uh, you know, Rob Johnson, you know, went to the Mexican League to play football down there. And so that's the equivalent to like when the basketball players go overseas to play ball over in Germany or Greece, or, you know, yeah. So that's the equivalent to football, you know, all these leagues around the world, Canadian League, Mexican, you know, it's leagues all over the world that are professionals, but the big dog is the NFL. And let me shout out the DC Defenders, because they hold the title for 2025 for the XFL League. And that's a team from here. Yeah, I'm rapping. I'm rapping everybody. Look at that DC Defenders, you know what I'm saying? So boom, so I hope that what they done, I hope the Commanders, the Redskins is paying attention and let's make our city proud and bring that chip home this year like the Defenders did. And we'll have two teams in 1 year, two football clubs bringing home the chip in the same year. That's big right there. Shouts out to the DC Viola in 2018. They won the chip. I was there for that. You know what I'm saying? The Arena Football League. So DC, we do it. Just letting y'all know. I'm just saying. We just give it up. When it comes to everything, we give it up. You know what I'm saying? So I'm biased when it comes to anything DC. I support it, and this how we give it up, and this how we groove. So let me give y'all that interview one more time. Matter of fact, I'll give you the audio. But yeah, your boy was doing it though. You know what I'm saying? Let me give you a little visual. Give you a little visual right there. Look at that boy. That boy, he put the specs on for that. Look at that. I say I ain't even gonna wear no shades in there like that, cause that's usually how I give it up with the shades. I say no, I'm gonna wear the specs and give it up like that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's a rare look. You rarely catch me with my specs on, cause I give it up with the shades. You feel me? But yeah, that's how your boy was killing them. But let's go back to that interview though. Oh man. And y'all gonna get tired of me until I put all these videos up, because I'm gonna start with that and I'm gonna end with the interview. So I'm just giving y'all a heads up. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's the lady that was asking me about my name because she kept saying it wrong. So I had to, correct her like I often do when people get my name wrong.
This Kyle with the mic. We're back here for our 40th annual Mirrors Arts Awards red carpet host right here. I'm telling you, people are fluctuating in the
Red
fastest
carpet
sound,
host.
amazing words.
Your boy
Shot
walked
like
the
a
red
lion
carpet.
into it, too. It's just been amazing. But as you see, my guy, got all black. Black is a simple color, but also black is confidence. And you definitely shown us with the moves and everything right now. But before we tap into the fit, let's know who am I talking to. Introduce yourself, man.
My name is Mr. David Chambly. That's the French version, but American version is David Chambliss. And I used to correct my teachers about that. And they were like, no, it's Chambly. I said, well, tell my mother that. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And so we straightened that out real quick. So, to support the league of Atlanta, angry vet. And you need to come out and vote for her to get another term, because she doing a great job beautifying our city. And, I'm a long-time resident from birth. And I'm telling myself, my years 55, so it's all good. But that's all I want to say.
Hey, man, we appreciate you, man. You look great. I like the outfit. And you see, I know you want to get your seat in the front row right here. See what the mayor's been doing for this amazing award show. Thank you, my guy. And listen, have a wonderful day, bro. Yes, sir.
Thank you. Oh, man. Yeah. Giving it up. Oh, man. All right, we're going to end it on that note. You know what it is. Big Day, Streets Finest. Get at your boy. All right.